Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be going through the GWS versus Fremantle game in which GWS came out on winners 101-92, which puts Fremantle's season in doubt. Honestly, there are now massive predictions that they don't win the final game and they're out of the 8 because they finish half a win behind, which would be kind of crazy given that they were the form team in the comp 3-4 weeks ago. There is every bit of chance that two teams that were honestly outside of Sydney, the premiership favourites 3-4 weeks ago in Fremantle and Carlton, could finish out of the 8 if results don't go their way. But I mean, if Carlton do end up winning today, this is recorded on the Sunday but released on the Monday, that season is over for Collingwood. So by the time you watch this, season could be over for Collingwood, because the gap is just, the percentage gap is too big. You can't close 8% in basically a full round, which is, it's 7.3% at the moment. But if they beat West Coast, I wouldn't be surprised if it jumps to like 8. 8% is like, it would be almost, I think, somewhere close to about a 12 goal turnaround in both games. So it's about a 25, something like 20 to 25 goal gap is 8% at this point in the season, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, let's just jump into this video, get this one done, and we can talk about the ladder and everything in the week, in the midweek. Brett Daniels. Well, if you had Peatling on, and not Brett Daniels, which I think a lot of people did, I know Mitch got stuffed with that. Yeah, he kind of put everyone to the sword. This is one of the best performances I think I've seen by a guy that isn't, by a quote-unquote role player. I don't think he is, but I think a lot of people view him as one. But I think he's a lot more dangerous now. I think he should be. I don't know what his exact stats are, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's up there in terms of goals. But if he is, then he could be up there for All-Australian contention, just with how good, especially his last, basically post-bye has been. What's he at now? He's only at 20 goals, which is probably going to kill him for All-Australian debate. But yeah, he's definitely really developed into being a quality player. He's only 25, so I think he's still got another at least another 5 years of him doing this. And with how bad the forward line is, if he does have this 20-30% midfield role, and especially rolling up to stoppages, much like we say with Dylan Moore, I genuinely think he could be a guy that really is valuable. I'm just worried that this 171 now puts him at an average of like 88, 90. And then that will just put him out of contention next year because he'll be priced at like, what's he averaging now? He's averaging 86. Like that bumped him up 4 points. Even 20 games into the year, that bumped him up 4 average points. That'll price him at around about that 800k, I would suspect. 86, say, times the magic number, 776k. That'll put him well above what I think he really would be valued at. If he was priced at like 700k, I think a lot of people would jump on him, which would have been what he would be close enough to. He would be close about 730, 740k if he was averaging 82. So yeah, a really good player, a really underrated player, and yeah, he's just massive. 3 votes easily. Tom Green, I don't know if anyone saw that that start to the third quarter he had. Just look at this. What's that? 3, 4, 7, 9 handballs, 10 handballs in the first 11 minutes of the quarter, time on included. And yeah, he just decided to handball his way, and then even got a handball in the 19th minute to make it 11 for the quarter before he finally did something else. But that second half from him, 41-41, to drag himself to a 1-2-2 was absolutely huge. Lockie Whitfield, 115. He just did what he needed to do. It was actually, given the weather on the Friday, it was actually it was weird to see that, and the weather's just turned again. It was blue skies like 40 minutes ago, and now it's already raining in Sydney. Just weather for you. Lockie Whitfield, he had, what's that? Yeah, the weather, it was absolutely pouring down, to be honest. In the, I think it was the Manly NRL game, the camera looked like it was from the 70s or the 80s. That's how grainy the footage was, just because of the rain. That's what it looked like. It looked like grainy footage. So for them to turn up on the Saturday morning or mid-afternoon and it to be like almost perfect conditions, I was absolutely surprised. And it goes to the drainage of the Spotless Stadium for that to be the result that it was. But yeah, Whitfield 115, he ended up with 11 marks, 3 tackles, so he's still got, I do like Whitfield with this role that he's getting, that he has. He has the perfect role, much to the like that we saw with Stewart 2 or 3 weeks ago, where he was actually filtering back. It doesn't feel like Stewart's filtering back into the hole as much. But Whitfield, he just gets his 3 or 4 tackles, but he also gets those 8, 9, 10 plus marks. And he has that kick out as well, which really does benefit him. And that's why he gets such good scores. Hogan, Briggs, Ash, Cornelio, 91, 35-25. But his just shoulder is just so worrying. So it's interesting to watch that develop. Darcy Jones, I really like this kid. I think he's going to become one of the best pressure forwards in the comp, alongside Brett Daniels, alongside his captain, Toby Green. They've just got them for days, honestly. It's actually annoying. It's too good. That they could probably just rubber the ball into the forward line. But then they've also got to accommodate Jesse Hogan. And I thought Cadman also, even though it probably doesn't show in this game, I thought he had a really good game as well. So they just have a really good forward line, to be honest, GWS, and that's sort of the difference between Sydney and GWS. I feel like Sydney's midfield is a lot better than the likes of GWS, who are basically just relying on Tom Green in that midfield, whereas Sydney have Chad Warner, Isaac Heaney, and Rowbottom, whereas Sydney's forward line, it's effectively Parker, Hayward, the 3 talls, and Papley, whereas GWS, it's Brett Daniels, Jesse Hogan, Darcy Jones, Toby Green, and then you've got Cadman as well. So yeah, it's just the difference in the way they go about it. But both of those teams are now locked in for the double chance, I believe, if I remember correctly. Just because Freo actually lost this game, I think it locked it away, at least for GWS. But I think for any team in general, they might be able to. I just need to check if where Brisbane are sitting, but they might. Brisbane might be able to knock them off out of the 4. I just need to double check with the ladder. You've got GWS on 60. No, they are locked in because Brisbane's on 54. It's only Geelong that could get knocked out, but Geelong have West Coast, so that's not going to happen. Let's fly through the rest of this. So we went Darcy Jones, Kelly, no fancy relevance anymore. I don't think too many other blocks in GWS's system. Toby Green, he's just had a down year, I think, and I think that's a testament to all the other small forwards, as we were just talking about, Daniels included, that have really stepped up and meant that he doesn't have to carry the load, as well as not having midfield time or enough of it. He doesn't really score that well. Odun Callahan, I think, is one that could take the next big step and be that sort of 95 plus guy. Himmelberg, Taylor Bedford, and yeah, that's pretty much that. Then we go to Brayshaw, 1, 2, 3. I thought he was absolutely huge. 41 touches, 3 marks, 4 tackles. I thought Sarong in a tag game to get to 92 was a testament to how good he is. And the thing that I really like that he's developed in the last 2 or 3 weeks, just in a football sense, is this goal sense. I think they said 9 goals in his last 9 games or something like that. If you're a midfielder that can average 25-1 or 25-2, you are in Brownlow contention. That is Bont, Heaney, Nick Dacos type levels at the moment, and even Lachie Neale's starting to really do that as well. So I think that is really what the new midfielder is going to be. It's not that 35 disposal effort, it's that 25-1, 25-2 games that are just more impactful. Luke Ryan, 79, he really just struggled to get a lot of it, other than this 2 or 3 minute patch here where he went 14, as well as another patch here where he went and scored in another 6 minute patch here. He went and scored 21. So yeah, he really just struggles to get a lot of the pill now, because I really like their more game style, which is more push it forward, get it forward, rather than chip it around. Chapman, Young, 73. This is why I said Young isn't going to be damaging, because he gets the 70 to 100 type score, but he's more of an impact player rather than a really get it all. He does a lot of non-disposal work rather than really getting those 30 plus disposal gains, which the likes of Sarong, Brayshaw, Tom Green, Whitfield get. But he gets a lot of the non-disposal points, which get him to a certain extent up to that marker, but not really past that 105 marker, which is dangerous. Amos, Amira Clark, Kwiatkowski, Sturt, Frederick, Sharp, Reedy, Jackson, 53, half soloing, rucking. Yeah, just not fancy relevant. Glad that I got rid of him when I did, but I wish I'd gotten rid of him earlier after, honestly, this Hawks game. Voss, Fife, Wagner, Walker, Cox, Johnson, Draper, O'Driscoll. I thought was really good as a sub. He could be impactful come finals if that's what he's doing. First game of the year for him, and he came in 22. Could be interesting as well if he's got a huge discount. I don't know what he came into the season sort of averaging last year, but we'll just what was he priced at? Nathan O'Driscoll, will you give it to us? He was priced at 510, which I'm guessing he would have played 10 games last year, and 510 would have been priced at roughly 56. So 56, give him that times by only what would it be, 0.76. He could be priced at 42 or 43, and if he starts getting full games at 42 or 43, that could be interesting, but he'll be mid-only, so that sort of takes the relevance out. But anyway, as it seems like my hotkeys are stopping working. Anyway, that is the video. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so that you have when future uploads are on the channel, and I'll see you guys for the next recap. Bye, guys.